Listen, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh from crying. Hey,
I
listen,
hope
it's your
that
partner,
wasn't on air.
looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And of course, I'm joined with the greatest panel of all time, and we're talking about House of the Dragons, season 2, episode 3, The Burning Mill. What's your thought?
Shout out.
We're starting off with the one, the only. Afro
Oh, you already know your local neighborhood's come back here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different dragon. But you know the vibe. Something incestuous, unfortunately enough.
Crazy.
We got, of course,
Man,
Alicent.
it's your boy Hollywood Sensei, aka the Black Targaryen, aka Krista Cole's lawyer. You know what I mean? We in the
Damn.
building. You know what I mean?
And of
Let's
course, the
go.
lovely.
Hey everybody, Ebony Moonbeam here. You already know you can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam. Or you know what? Yes, I am Ebony Moonbeam, but today I think I'm Fujoshi Senpai. So call me that if you're nasty.
Well, this is a clean show.
What is clean about incestuous people
Hey, I don't judge, so I mean,
riding dragons?
Targaryen country.
Nothing.
Alabama with Drake.
Nothing.
Alabama with Dragons. That's 100%.
Nothing.
This show is 100% Alabama with Dragons, and this is like a scene straight from Alabama from Dragons. This how they fight in Alabama. This how they was on the. Listen,
Crazy.
yo, shout out to the Brackens and the Blackwoods. This
Them
whole
niggas gonna fight forever. They gonna
Yeah.
fight. Look,
Ever.
cause think, go all the way back to season 1 with the little kid when the little Blackwood killed the other Bracken. Them niggas gonna fight forever.
Forever.
and that was
Hey,
a
we
big.
don't get
They've been
beef.
fighting
We
for
got
like
beef
800.
forever.
They were literally fighting before the wall was built. Like the Blackens and the the Brackens and the Blackwoods have literally been fighting since the Age of Heroes, which is
I
crazy
love
if
it.
you think about it.
Nah, I like that type of hate.
They're literally the Hatfields and the McCoys of goddamn Westeros,
Hatfields and McCoy.
and they
Nah, I
live
love
right.
that type of hate.
They
Keep it.
live right next to each other, like
We don't do
Bracken and Black.
forgiveness.
Nah, they've been killing each other for
We
600
don't do
years. They kill each
apologies.
other.
This isn't. Come on,
Yo,
J. Cole, take a page.
listen,
Yeah, learn to hold a grudge.
Cold still catching.
Right, hold a grudge.
Man,
And
No,
that's-
I
still
can't.
catching strays?
I can't
That's
enforce
crazy.
that kind of negativity. Don't hold grudges.
I
People.
can hold grudges. Virgos do it anyway, and we're okay.
Shout out to the Virgos.
that's very good. But this episode was all about that. It was from Rhaenyra telling the Rhaenyra, "Hey, listen, this war sooner or later we gonna forget how it started. We don't know when it started. If it was taking Aemon's eye, we don't know if it's when Luke got ate by the dragon. We don't know when the baby hit got cut off. But this just gonna get wild. We don't know when it started, and sooner or later, when the dragons start, we all just gonna forget why this even started. We just gonna be like, hey, I just want this fight. And this episode, or even way more than the book, presented
Oh
the
yeah.
dragons as bad guys.
Oh yeah. They're working through.
This is
Like I said,
definite.
the book is a far more neutral account of what happened. But we've seen George R. R. Martin said that this show is supposed to give us the truer telling of it, since all we had in the book were third party accounts. So, I mean, looking bad on the green side. I mean, but they're in a bad position to begin with, though, kinda, because dragons mean everything, and yes, they've got the bigger dragon. Because I think, by my count, they have 3 dragons. They've got Vagar, they've got Sunfire, and they've got Dreamfire. And then
Fire
fucking-
names.
yeah, most
Unintended.
definitely. And then on the other side, we've got Meraxes, Caraxes, Melees, the Wild Dragon, Sea Smokes without Laenor, so Sea Smokes out there. We've got the Cannibal, and I don't know how many of these we get into this season, but there are plenty of dragon, like the dragon pits on Dragonstone are not empty, even if all of Rhaenyra and her bannermen fly their dragon. Everyone that has a dragon left on their dragons, there's still dragons on Dragonstone. son.
Yeah. And then
Just
these other
fucking kill
kids
it.
got like more dragons that they go get from her. She delivered the dragon, so they got in a good spot. But like I said, this episode 100% security. If you had any idea if you thought they was gonna try to even it out, because I know what they try to make Amon sympathetic in this episode. They put that Helena scene to make her a good person. But at the end of the episode, we found out the truth, and she found out the truth, and
I
she
mean,
was
the
like,
truth we all already
What's up,
knew.
Charlie?
yeah, with a gun.
There are so many Aegons. You got
You
young
got
Aegon.
Aegon the
Then
first.
you got Aegon the second, which is the King Aegon. Then you have Aegon the younger, which is
Yep.
fucking Rhaenyra's son, one of the
Mhm.
twins, and then fucking yeah.
You got Aegon the Conqueror, Aegon the.
Right. It was like they just couldn't come up with anything creative.
Well,
Don't get me wrong. I can't say too much because like my brother's a fourth, so I can't
Oh,
say
that's
too much.
worse.
You know,
But at some point, like,
Aegon
come on.
started it all.
you
Though. He
had
started the
you had
whole
the story.
Target.
Well,
You
you got to think, and the Aegon name goes all the way down to good old Jon Snow, who would have been Aegon the fourth, I think, Aegon the fourth or Aegon the fifth.
Mm-hmm.
So name gets around.
yeah. This story
Send
started
them
off with
niggas to Pentos, though. Send the little niggas to Pentos. That's what she got out of this.
yeah. Rhaenyra. We've seen Rhaenyra is the ultimate good guy. This episode portrayed her 100% as a good guy. Listen, they did some horrible things. We did some, but Alicent, I want to talk to you because we can't let this
Sister
happen.
to sister, queen to queen.
We grew up together. You read me stories. We hung out. Kids hung
Fucked on
out.
her dad.
Yeah, we forgave all that. Listen,
Sheesh. Let me tell you, you fuck on my dad, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
What if your dad's happy?
And I'm still gonna beat the shit
Right,
out
but
of
if your
you.
dad's happy,
That's
I'm
toxic.
still gonna beat the shit out of you.
That's
Don't do that.
toxic, Ebony.
Nah. No,
Listen,
I don't care.
you gotta let Papa. You gotta let Papa Moonbeam be happy if there's some young kid
No,
out
because
there
Mama
fuck on her.
Moonbeam is still alive and well, and even if she wasn't, don't
Oh,
play.
damn! Don't listen. That's crazy.
No, you can't be my friend. No, you got to
No,
be some rando. And then even then, I'm still going to be looking at you sideways. No, you may not have my mother's china and shit. Like, it's going to be beef. I already told my mom to put everything in the will because my mom said that my dad could get remarried. And I was like, Daddy, you're going to get remarried if my mom dies. And he was like, hell no. He was like, for what? And I was like, good, keep it that way. He can fuck on
oh,
something, but it can't be my friends.
nah, he's definitely He's hitting the college
No,
registry.
I'm telling. Oh well, I'm past the college registry, so
He's going. he's,
way past the college registry. So
but Alicent
I don't
is a
know.
babysitter.
you
That
could
is
end up with
wild.
like a stepmom that's like 20.
I feel like you have so much animosity and beef towards me today,
Yo,
and I'm
look,
not sure where it's coming from.
Listen, how many times have you wished ill on me in my tribulations in the realm of shadows, Ebony? Because I've counted.
That's because you've been talking shit. That's why you're losing. That's why you can't beat Elden Ring right now.
I'm actually doing a lot better. Thank you very much.
Anyways,
This
back to the
woman.
story. Back to the story, though.
Y'all come
I
for the kill.
appreciated this episode because I felt like, you know, we have a tendency to. One thing I really like about House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones is we constantly see like really strong female leads and female characters that can be so far on one spectrum and the other, but also be in the middle. Like I feel like when we get shows, either they're just like hard as hell and people think that they're bitter and all these other things, or they're like in soft girl mode. And so I like that when it comes to these shows, you get like a balance, you get the rationality because women are known to be a little bit, yes, we can be a little unhinged sometimes, but we are also known for our our rationality. And so I like that they were able to portray that like we were friends, we were sisters. Neither one of us really wants this. If there's a way that we can come and have peace, like we should try and get there. But I also appreciate the fact that Alicent knows her power and says, I don't have it anymore. Like we're too far gone. There's nothing I can do to fix this. and Rhaenyra having that moment where she pauses and Alicent leaves her and she pauses and then she's like all teary eyed and then she looks up and then that's not the scene, but she looks up and then there's
Shout
a
out to the
moment where you
convoluted
can tell that she has accepted who she is. She's like, you know what? I was meant to be the king because I think this whole time, though she kept claiming that her father would never change his mind, I think she was seriously starting to doubt it. And so in that moment, she knew for a fact, you know what? He said what he said. I was right this whole time. And now I'm going to have to do what I need to do to be queen of this realm. And so I really liked that. The women carry this season. You know what? But I get what you're saying, Lala. But I'm gonna be honest. At the beginning of this episode, I was just like, "Is this House of the Dragon or is this the Christian Cole Chronicles?" Because why are we still looking at this nigga? He get on my nerves.
Leave my
Because
man.
he gets the
Sir
He
French
still get on my
haircut
nerves.
though.
Leave Sir
He's
Christian out of
Somebody mentioned Christian Cole. We got to put his logo up.
Listen,
Hey,
leave Sir
he still get
Christian
on my
out of
nerves.
this. All right. You know what I mean? My man came from the humblest beginnings. You know what I mean?
He broke his
You seen-
vows and
You
muddied
seen,
his white cloak.
you know what I mean? You seen Sir Gawain hating on my boy.
He's an oath
You
breaker.
know what I mean? That
He
nigga
is an
came
oath
from-
breaker.
Listen.
He's an oath breaker, Hollywood. You
He
can't
is
defend
the
oath
hand.
breakers.
He's the hand of the king. Respect that man. All right, and he's
But
the,
he's
the
an oath breaker. He don't even
All right,
look.
okay.
Hold on, wait. While we're on Christian Cole, how this nigga gonna come down the goddamn stairs and just let these? And did you guys notice that these Kingsguard niggas that are here now are the same niggas that was getting drunk with Aegon when his son got murked?
Yeah.
How are you gonna let these niggas be goddamn?
The King's Guard talked to him like he's a best friend, like a frat bro.
I know that's crazy.
Yeah, it was like we can go get sex, and he was like, "But y'all
Y'all
made
have
a vow of chastity." He
to
was like,
uphold.
"Yeah, sure." He looked at him like,
Says the
"Nigga, no, for
fucking
real,
off
y'all got a vow of chastity." The hell.
And they were like, "Oh."
Speaking of,
And then he got
speaking
drunk.
of which, though, why did we have to see Amon like that for a second time?
Cause listen,
No, we see him
So I was like, see, this is why your brother don't like you. This is why your brother drug your ass back to be tormented as king because you ain't shit. You put him on Front Street, was just talking shit about the one woman that he low-key loved, which just happens to be a whore. But it's okay because niggas love whores every day. Every day.
Yo, he really said
sometimes they was loving hoes, so you know.
He was saying, "Hey, that man pussy whipped. He ain't even got another one. He stayed with his own one hoe and just lay it."
Hey,
but that's one loyal hoe though, and you can't go wrong with one loyal hoe.
Then he shaved him into letting his friend get it.
Oh, but you know who don't let them hoes though? Sir Christian Cole, he don't let them hoes. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Sir Christian Cole don't let them hoes.
No, but listen though. Amon's got a fucking.
He done fucked on the sisters, bro.
Amon's got a
He is the whore.
Yo.
Christian Cole is the whore.
That is the hand of the king. Respect
Shout out emotional support hoes, though. I'm all for that.
Definitely emotional support.
Yo, my man said she like, "Do you want?"
We out here.
Last episode, he was like, "No, I just want to lay here," and then get in a fetal position. He just be laying there. His brother came in. What the f you doing? I was like, oh. By the way, I want to know when HBO said, "Screw all this. We going all out." I ain't.
Bro.
What? For a long time. A long time.
I
don't
remember
this. Not on full mask. They're gonna show it. They just have a problem with showing it.
What you mean? I saw full blown on this.
No, but I feel like they have to have a lot of confidence because, you know, we haven't talked about it on this show, but we've talked about it in privately about sizes and stuff like that.
But you got to remember, they have
getting paid.
They have size prosthesis though. Like they've got like a little sleeve you can put on it that's flesh colored to make your shit look longer.
No, but I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking the opposite. Do they have one that makes it look smaller?
Oh, because that would be crazy. Yeah, if you just got the little dick and you just put it out there, that's on you.
And I'm not saying he little. I'm just saying like
that's definitely what you're saying.
I'm not. But there's just levels and.
Damn, she said you ain't know Aegon the Conqueror. She said,
"Yo, that's crazy.
You can't conquer this.
The youngest
conquer this with that."
The youngest Skarsgård brother got a baby dick is crazy.
That's why he fight like that, Tori. That nigga, he overcome.
Wait, is that the younger Skarsgård brother for real?
Yes, it is.
I just realized that because I love the Skarsgård brothers. Shout out to all of them.
Yeah, they try to make us feel bad for Heyman. I'm like, we ain't going.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I still feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I still feel bad for him. Like at the end of the day, he was kind of tortured. He was tormented by his brother, and he was never really accepted. He lost an eye.
And he's
Like
gonna have to fight the bulk of this war because he's the only one with the dragon that's really about shit on the
yeah,
green
like
side.
I
At this
do
point,
feel bad for him. His
like,
innocence was taken away when you see that episode where he goes back to the whorehouse and he kind of explains the story about how he was thrown in there and stuff like that. Like that changes a person. I feel bad for him. I do.
no, I didn't. I wish somebody would have threw me in a whorehouse back in the day. It would have made shit a lot easier than fucking having to be a nice person through high school. It would have been great if somebody would have been like, "Yo, throw this nigga."
Normalize throwing young men in the whorehouse.
Don't say that. All right, Boosie.
Hey, that's why that's
just
why
toss your son in one day. Like, go
that's
ahead.
why
man.
this
Well, he
nigga's
didn't say
the
you gotta do
president.
that. He just said you gotta survive. Get out.
Go ahead.
No,
Champ.
I do feel bad. I do love Luke. I hate that he ended up taking.
Luke
But
one of my favorites.
but some of that was. Let's not act like dragons don't have a mind of their own. So let's not act like the dragon.
And
The dragon didn't do that themselves.
His dragon.
Vagar,
was
hold
like,
on. Vagar's
Vagar
the
said,
oldest
"Fuck this
living
shit."
dragon. She was the
He do what he
skinniest
want.
dragon.
She do what she want.
Yeah, Vagar was not gonna
Exactly.
listen to that nigga.
She does whatever the hell she wants.
This
So
is
that was
yeah?
I said it was on her. But also you still have to remember if you go back, Luke took his eye. Y'all gonna be okay. Not, I'm gonna but I am gonna say this. If I gotta lose an eye, I want a sapphire jewel in it because it looks good. But you lost the eye to the person and you ain't got beef. We got beef forever. I got beef forever with my high school math teacher. Like if I see her, she can get clipped.
You bullied him
So
over
you
his
take my
parents,
eye.
which he had no control
You take my
over.
eye. We got beef.
He bullied him. He had to get it back in blood.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I just
He
took your eye. You
did
didn't have
bully
to.
that man.
He bullied
He
him.
did.
I mean, hold on, wait.
But is he a? But this is where therapy needs to come in because he was also bullied by his own brother.
Sorry, but where do you think? Look, in which burning hut are you going to put the fucking therapist in? Which burning hut? Which battlefield? Which castle where they're not going to get robbed, murdered, or assaulted in various different fashions? Where's the therapist go?
Imagine being a therapist back then, though. That would be great.
They would probably try to kill you.
There's a
Right.
reason
Anytime you say something like, "I think that you have an issue," off with his head.
I
You
was
think you
thinking,
can tell A-Gun something besides his drunk friends who he just act like frat boys with? If you're not one of them, you're not telling him nothing. Amon will kill anybody besides his prostitute. Damon will kill anyone.
yeah, Damon don't. Listen,
Damon is unhinged.
Listen, there is no better way that they could have illustrated the fall of Harrenhal than they did in this episode.
Oh, that was great.
It was good.
I was worried they were going to try and like upscale it or CGI and make it extra, and no, they did it. So
It got real horror movie for a second there. Like when he was walking through the halls, I was like,
I thought he was gonna fight somebody, dog. He walking through like,
oh, he was. You got to think
he was
this nigga
ready.
He was
This
ready
nigga
for the
pulled up
smoke.
in dragon scale armor, Dark Sister out, like pulled up, put fucking Caraxes on the wall, was like, chill, let these niggas know what it is. The bloodworm just chilling outside, shades
he
of the
busted through the
conqueror.
door. My dude like, hey, my boy, you got it. We serve you, my guy. We ain't got no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate Clubfoot. He a bit.
we also got to see
I
Alice
knew
Rivers.
niggas.
We have to see
No,
Alice Rivers.
I
in this
Kill my
episode,
dad. He
yo.
killed my brother. You think I like him? Get the fuck out of here.
I like that what they said in this episode, which is something that I said on last episode, that Damon is one of her biggest weapons. And so the fact that he was gone, I like that they mentioned that in the show. I was like, see, I know what I be talking about.
But you got to think, in the books, he wasn't there at all. He had been at Harrenhal the whole time. He didn't even tell her about Luke. He sent her a raven from Harrenhal, and all it said was a son for a son.
Right.
That's how she found out that her son was dead. Damon was like, "Nah, I'm sliding on these niggas." Just so you know.
Yo, Damon said, y'all gonna respect me. That dude
Right.
said, he said,
But you gotta
He
think,
said, Prince, he said, Your
you
Grace.
gotta think, he's also got the only dragon that's seen recent actual combat. He took the
on their
stepstones.
team for the other one.
Stepstones with Caraxes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the
Can we talk
Bloodworm is
just for a
battle
second?
tested.
Your
Can we
great.
talk just for a second
Oh,
about Bayla and how badass she is? Like when she noticed them guys, she like her smile. She went from like
Oh.
looking to being like she gave a smirk, and I was like, yeah, that's her mama and daddy child for
I
real.
was
She
saying, you
was
gotta
ready. I
remember
love her.
that is Damon's daughter.
She was ready, and then I like that she is still somewhat. She has that kind of similar personality where when she's talking to Rhaenyra, she was like, "You told me not to engage, so I didn't." Sort of.
Sort of.
But I ain't gonna lie,
She was like,
I
"I
wouldn't
did
have.
something, but I didn't kill them, so take it as you will." I was like,
Because
"Okay."
she could have
See,
burnt down that
let
whole
us Sir Gawain. All he had to do was listen to Kristen Cole. I mean, listen to my man, Sir Kristen,
I just think it's
like you were
crazy, yo.
supposed to, and y'all wouldn't have got spotted. You know what I mean? But nah. See, y'all gonna keep hating on Sir Kristen, but he really bull out there. He know what he doing.
He know his stuff.
I mean,
I'm not
that
gonna
name,
deny that.
that is, hold on, Kristen Cole is a Tinder dick anti-simp at this point in time. We're not doing this. Okay,
Yo, listen, I can't allow you to disrespect Kristen
I'm
Cole
just
like
saying.
that. I
I'm
can't.
just
That's
saying.
a class.
I mean, that is the hand of the
If I've
king.
ever seen one,
You
yo.
gotta
Not my
speak to that
king.
man.
He became like the hand of the king by
I got a
default.
queen, bro. I got a queen. Her name's Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra.
I also want
So
to say this about this episode.
the
Rhaenyra gave
pretender
one of her best
hand.
performances in this episode. She was amazing. From the scene with
Oh,
Corlys.
I agree.
Emma Darcy, bruh, she's so fucking good. It's not even
She's
funny.
fire.
It's a shame.
I love her.
It is a shame that she only likes women.
My God.
But that scene with Corlys, when he was telling them about the ships, and he's like, they are not ready. They don't know nothing about the Navy and the sea. She's like, we got to get them ready. We got this. We going to war. And she was telling Rhaenyra, hey, listen, this gonna get bad if we don't stop it. We got to give out every chance
There's
before
no
we go to war.
bloodier battle than a battle with dragons.
I thought it was funny that he hinted low key that he was like, we can have another baby kind of thing. She was like, what if there's not enough time? I wanted her to say, nigga, we are old. Like, we are old. And there is a war to happen.
I ain't gonna lie. If she
But
would
you gotta
have
think,
said
teach
nigga,
your
I would have.
kids.
Hey, listen, if she would have said nigga,
you
I would have
gotta
popped.
remember that. They're setting up.
Yeah, she would have said, "Nigga," that would have been near me.
Nigga, we are old. Like,
That's
teach
the
the
plot.
kids that are old enough right now. Cause
But
I
no,
ain't popping out another baby.
That's
I
the Game
like
of Thrones
I
ass
like that
season
they're
right there. They
setting
ain't
up
care
the
no more.
succession of Driftmark complication
No, but
though.
he is right though. You know what I mean? Like, how I'm gonna make you the heir of Driftmark? You don't know nothing about ships, nothing. Like, you
But
know
What
what I
it
mean?
is, shouldn't
How
have
you
been all over the place instead of teaching his
how you gonna
kids.
be the
No,
Lord of the
right?
Tides and you never even been out on the tides?
How
Yeah,
about you teach your
but
kids how to be
that
on the
also
tides?
that also because they rode fucking dragons. How is he gonna teach you? You gonna learn
He
about
has one that does not have a dragon.
But
She just
no,
got sent to be a nursemaid.
technically he's got two. He's got two out there in Dragon Seed,
Mm-hmm.
Alan and Adam.
Yep.
So
They gonna be the heir.
I like how they're gonna make the contention of fucking who's gonna be the heir to Driftmark. Like they're setting it up now. Very much like last time, Moonbeam, when I tried to tell you they were setting up the White Worm to go back, and you didn't think so. You didn't think so. But what happened?
I said I wasn't sure.
No, go back and watch the episode.
I did. I said that we never saw her like actually tell the guard. She called
But
for the guard and
the
said a
subtext,
moment and then never said
the
anything.
subtext
So
was
we didn't know.
Tori did
we
say that
knew
the
though.
subjects was that what
I
Tori
was gonna
said.
say the subtext was there. It was blatant.
The nigga doesn't
Wait,
need subtext. He's read everything.
what? But
What is
they've changed so much.
They have though, because
so Kristen Cole's still alive.
I read the book as well.
Kami,
I read
but
the
Kami
book as
did.
well. They changed a lot.
No, they did because Kami, did you see that the show writers came out and said that Sir Eric won, not Sir Arik?
Yeah.
Which in the book you said Arik won, right?
Well, no, in the book.
No, in the book, Sir Eric won.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the books for
Oh, well,
Eric
then
one.
you told the people wrong last week.
I was wrong, but it's
Yeah,
so
because
Eric
Eric
and
was alive
Arik
for
is
like
so.
a couple days afterwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4
Mhm.
days after the fight, he stayed alive. I always just go over which one was black and which one was green because naming your kids Eric and Arik when they're twins is fucking dastardly. Their parents are garbage.
Not me getting a message because I was saying how I've been watching House of the Dragon, and they said they've been watching it ever since I mentioned it. And I was like, "Are you enjoying it?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, but why do they be having that weak ass sex though?" That's literally the message
Yeah,
I
now we
just.
turn on HBO sex.
She want that
Well,
Spartacus, dog.
you know what HBO sex is always
No,
gonna be.
you got to go to Stars for that good shit. Spartacus didn't let up. That was that good sex.
Yeah, that girl, that woman was tripping. Oh, she's like, I'm put a mask on
Bring
going
back
to myself.
Spartacus.
Cheat on my husband and
Bring
everything.
back Spartacus is diabolical. We can't just add more history, woman.
I ain't gonna lie.
Why
Spartacus,
you can't?
they cut dicks off.
Bring back Sparty.
Wow, shit.
Just go look at the Spartacus parodies. They're all over the
No.
hub. They're all over the hub.
You know what? I've never. Send me a link next time you come across one.
Oh, you ain't never been in your parody bag? You sleeping?
I mean, the only people in the show that have been smashing is Alicent and fucking Kristen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that they haven't showed us
Defend
like
it.
Rhaenyra and Damon have sex again. Like, why haven't they showed us?
You already
Because
see
they're
the
scared to
hand
pull
of
the
the
trigger
king,
on it.
hand of the king, and he got his
Defend
hand in the queen. So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm
Diabolical.
saying Kristen Cole that boy, like I mean, y'all gonna
Oh,
keep hating on him.
No, I'm
this is
never
Lala.
gonna
Tell
let
Lala what
Kristen
it's at.
Cole.
He that nigga for real. Like
Y'all
Shout
get
out to
look,
Lala for understanding. It's mid at best. Like, I
but y'all are looking in
come
the
on.
wrong place for this. Game of Thrones, and this kind of content's always been good for boob shots. It's not like we're not in here for. Listen, did Jamie Lannister have a crazy thrust game? Huh? I didn't think so. Fucking
nope.
how about goddamn the when Gendry and Arya finally bang it out on the end, was he giving her some of the Storm Lord's wrath? Because I didn't see it.
Nope.
Robert would have been sad to see that outing. Because fucking Robert was out here knocking shit down. That
Right.
nigga used a warhammer. Any nigga that fights people with a warhammer, different. But that's beside the point. Sorry. But I'm just saying, you can't be expecting top tier goddamn sluttage
Yeah,
out of
they did.
goddamn
They won the first one. Wasn't the nearest
out
though.
of
I ain't like nearest.
HBO. That's just not the
Yeah,
way it
HBO
works.
ain't giving you that. Just the same network that gave you real sex. Come on now.
Yeah.
They ain't giving you real sex.
And the
Real.
Moonlight Bunny
I don't know.
Ranch.
They had better sex on True Blood.
Listen, you ain't
Yeah,
getting this
but
stuff from anywhere
it
else.
was like sped up though, because they were vampires. Niggas was hitting the Mach speed, fucking whole lot of editing going on.
No, there was a lot of mock speeds.
I know.
They ain't even show the dragons making new dragons. Just lazy. I'm with you when you're right.
Hold on,
I'm
wait.
with you when you're right.
That is not how. Okay, George R. R. Martin has said that is not how the dragon reproduction works. It's not
Right.
But that's what I
just
asked. How does it work? I want to know how it works. How do they make babies?
He's kept it ambiguous this whole time for a reason. You have to ask him why he hasn't
That's what I
nailed
said.
it
Are
down.
they like lizards or what? Like certain creatures that can like just produce?
Because now in this episode they're trying to play with George R. R. Martin. Because look, they give us the 4 eggs that are supposed to go off to Pentos, and you see people going, "What? Listen, those eggs are not Daenerys's eggs." Because those eggs would have came from fucking Meraxes, which is fucking Rhaenys'
This man
dragon.
said fucking like 5 times.
And
Hey,
but no, Daenerys' dragons came from Dreamfire, which is Helena's dragon.
Right.
shout out to Helena, the only one on the green we like.
Yeah, shout out to the.
But you got to remember,
I thought it was funny when she forgave her mama.
Yeah, but you got to remember, she's also the only dragon rider that literally can't go out to fight. She's not like, this isn't Visenya or fucking Rhaenys or Rhaenyra. Like, she's not. Why do you think her dragon was just in the dragon pit chilling down there? Fucking her dragon was the dragon that almost burnt them niggas up in the first season. Dreamfire is different.
Right.
But it's
Are we ever gonna see Dream Firefly?
I don't know. Maybe it depends on how much they're going to change from the stories. Because like after the whole Jaehaerys stuff in the book, they say Helena pretty much went insane and stopped eating and bathing and just closed herself up in the fucking Red Keep the whole time. And Maegor's Holdfast specifically, because
Yeah.
it's the most heavily defensed part of the castle.
Which I kind of
And
feel like
that
they're gonna change that up some based off of like,
I mean,
her
they made
giving
her
the
a whole
forgiveness to Alicent and stuff. It
Well, they
seems
made
like
her a
she's
whole
keeping it
dragon
together
dreamer.
pretty
She was
good,
not, you
pretty
gotta
well.
remember, she was not a dragon dreamer in the book. She wasn't telling the fucking future in fucking Blood and Fire. She literally was the sister wife who watched her fucking baby get killed and
How
picked the
many
wrong
times do you
one.
have to say fucking to to tell
He,
something?
he
Even
hates
this is
running his
fucking and
races.
this fucking and she just be fucking and fucking and fucking and
So
Oh
you
well.
yeah,
know,
that fucking
y'all,
shit.
Holly,
But
you see
look,
how I
but
took
did
amount of
you
time?
realize that she
This
just
gonna be
added
a
on
yellow
to
tick
it?
as we speak. Holly, you see this? It's teaching.
Just redrop drop it as a recording and bleep it out.
I am private. That's what I do anyway.
She
That's
made
why
sure to
all those
call,
videos.
she made sure to call attention back to it and drop a few more in there.
She
Just
dropped
like
like
a
7.
woman. Compound the problem, make it worse.
That way, if
No,
you
the
do
last thing you
videos,
need to do is be on here with the patriarchy mess. This
listen.
is not casual
I do.
conversations.
I do want to talk about this though.
Nigga,
This thing
this
was
is about a
amazing.
Game of Thrones, which men customarily sit on.
Yo, when he walked around the creepy halls and then the woman came up
That
there,
shit was
you're
so
gonna die
fire.
here, and I'm like, this is fire. Uh,
But dude, that was Alice Rivers, who will later, for other reasons, be known as the Witch Queen of Harrenhal. But
Yep.
that bit's different. I'm gonna just say it now before, because I don't know how deep we get into it, but I mean, we're coming up on the first battle of Daemon and Aemon very, very steadily. We're getting there. So
Damon got a
So
big.
I have a question because that the tree that he was in front of, it looked familiar. Was that the same tree that we see in Game of Thrones?
well, I mean, it is a werewood tree. I don't, but there's a
Okay.
lot of different werewood trees.
So they all do the same thing.
Well, they all, as we know now, act as eyes for the three-eyed raven, even though we haven't got that far in the actual books. But
Gotcha. Because
yeah,
I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. I like this episode because I felt like it was very reminiscent of Game of Thrones. Like when even with season one of House of the Dragon, it almost there were a handful of things that reminded you of Game of Thrones, but it was a new cast, it's a new time, all that stuff. But this, with seeing them go to the scepter and all of that stuff like that, like it really brought me back to like Game of Thrones and all the things that we saw. Like, you see the church, which we know gets blown up in Game of Thrones and stuff like that. There was a lot of
Great
nostalgia,
weapons
I think, in
banging.
this episode. Yeah, I feel like we just got a lot of nostalgia in this, which I appreciated because one of my negatives that I have of House of the Dragon compared to Game of Thrones has always been that I felt like it was slower. And so there were
but
times where I was just like, can we get to
but
something?
you hold on, wait, you got to think though, it's slower because where Game of Thrones as a whole as a series was based off of fucking 5 completed and a whole 7 to 8 books when it's all said and done of George R. R. Martin, whereas this show is being made off of one like compilation of second-hand and third-hand accounts that were just recorded by maesters in a single book. So
Right.
there's
Right.
They gotta fill out the empty spots and all that.
yeah, and that's kind of cool that they get to do it this way because fucking, I mean, it's good. I'm not hearing this from Mushroom's point of view. Shout out to Mushroom though. He had the gossip on everybody. He's the one that gives niggas the down low on Alice Rivers.
Right, my nigga Mushroom. Yeah.
Mushroom was like, this bitch was a witch, yo. I know she looks like she's like 25. This bitch like 70. She might have been the old nigga's wet nurse. She bathes in baby's blood. I was like, Mushroom telling y'all niggas how it is.
I wonder how they gonna really turn out if she gonna really be that. Like he
I mean,
said.
look at the way she seemingly did Damon. I met maybe the Witch Queen of Harrenhal lives up to her name before it's all said and done.
By the way,
Or
Damon,
maybe
that scene where young Rhaenyra, they broke her back, which I was happy. But
I loved that.
shout out Lily Alcott.
and then the sewing the baby's neck together was that hit.
Yeah, shout out to the little dude that played Jaehaerys too. I don't know his name.
I'm like, you sewing the baby's neck together, like, and then blaming Damon for it, where he actually you can tell he's starting to feel bad for it after he just like
Yeah,
suppressed
because
all his
Damon
emotions.
never told him. And we never saw to Moonbeam's thinking is what we never saw Damon tell them what to do with if they didn't get to Aemond. You know what I mean? He didn't. We don't. I don't believe Damon told Blood and Cheese.
Them niggas improvise.
I
They
don't.
said,
Yeah, I don't believe that Damon told him that either.
They
they
said
said,
Because
find
you
the
gotta think,
sign.
low key, if it was up to Damon, he'd have just flew over to King's Landing and been like, "Let's get it, nigga."
right.
But
Them niggas
and
say I'm leaving.
and Aemond would have been there to meet him because them niggas are the same nigga, low key. I
For
call
real.
Aemond One-Eyed Damon for a reason, you know.
I call him Baby Damon, but I'm here for
And,
One Eye Damon.
and also, look, if you switch around the letters of Aemond, it spells Damon.
Yep.
I mean, Viserys, and we know Viserys loved his brother. We know this. Like, he let that nigga go off, conquer the Stepstones, become king of the Stepstones, still let him come back even after that. Viserys loved his brother. But
I do want to talk. We met. Speaking of brothers,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm glad that we're finally putting even though we had to change
a
the
face
place
to the
of this.
name.
Well, no, just we're getting, because in the book we never got confirmation on his actual parentage. Like,
Right.
dragon seeds aren't all like thoroughly explained, and there aren't any fucking black Targaryens in the book, so it's not as easy as the whole Adam and Alan thing that they're doing. So,
they didn't make it
but
like
I did like that we if he is correct, maybe he's wrong, and it wasn't fucking Jaehaerys that was fucking on his goddamn. I mean, who knows? Kings do what they want. But
That is a fact.
originally he comes from I believe the Westerland, so like the Casterly Rock area originally. So Lannister controlled lands, but they moved him to King's Landing for convenience.
listen, he was talking crazy. This supposed to be my nephew's country, Jaehaerys. Aegon's the fake king. As soon as Aegon came in the building, hey, praise the king. I'm like, get those pussy.
That shit went silent as hell. So,
Are there any houses that were predominant in Game of Thrones that we won't necessarily see in like this battle for the throne
No,
that
I
you can
think
think of?
everyone's pretty much like it's the players you'd think, because you gotta think this isn't like a big deal of time. This is like 100 years before Game of Thrones proper. So it's pretty much the niggas that have been in charge for a while, because you gotta think the Lannisters have already taken Casterly Rock at this point. We've already got the Reigns of Castamere and all those other nasty songs that those crazy blonde ancestors like to make up. But everyone's pretty much. I mean, maybe you don't see very much like of the Iron Islanders a whole bunch until maybe we get into like some naval battles, but then it'll still be the same names, the Greyjoys and the other one. I mean, no, pretty much. If it is, it's like we're not going to hear about the phrase, because obviously they haven't risen up to take over Harrenhal at any point yet. They're not a big family, or like with the Baratheons. The Baratheons aren't really quite a thing yet. But I mean, they're the Lords of the Stormlands. But I mean, Dorne. You got to remember Dorne's still right there.
I was impressed that we saw, especially in this episode, so much mention of Dorne, because I felt like we didn't get a whole lot of Dorne in Game of Thrones.
Well, you
so
gotta remember,
it seems
Dorne's
like they were more powerful then than they were later on down the line.
They were back then.
But you got to think, Dorne's the only kingdom that fucking didn't come down by conquest. They got to marry in because they killed one of Aegon the Conqueror's sister wives, Rhaenys, which is who Old Lady Rhaenys is named after. But yeah, they shot her dragon down over the sand, and then fucking Visenya had to go in on Rhaegar and was like, "You gonna give me my sister's dragon skull, niggas?" And they were like, "Okay, we don't even want to fight no more." All right, Rhaegar's a lot bigger than fucking what Rhaenys was flying on, and Balerion could come out of anywhere, and then it's just bad news.
You don't want
The
Valerian to
black,
fight.
I was saying, the black dread shows up. It's just dunzo for most niggas.
It's a
There's a
wrap.
reason he was dead before fucking they ever want to show us dragons. Because the money to make a dragon that big fly would be ridiculous. But no,
You're on mute.
I said, y'all hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I was just making sure. Okay. One last question. How did y'all feel about Damon dragging some of the CGI, especially on the first part when he came in? Did it bother y'all? I know some
Did
people.
the feet look kind of funny?
Yes. The beginning. Some people complain about Twitter.
I mean, bro, listen, it can't be simple to get the CGI and the models and everything that's needed to make these dragons possible. I think we got to forgive people at a certain point, yo.
A little bit of grace.
I mean, I didn't even notice it, so it don't
I didn't
matter.
notice it either.
Some people ain't gonna complain about anything. Another question I had was when they brought the knife out, who held the knife and who was trying to stab who? Because the positioning was very weird.
It was Alicent, I believe.
Yeah.
I promise I reviewed it 5 times. It was like a weird.
Well, it's like the way they shot it because then all of a sudden they like cut to this knife and then all of a sudden then they're back to talking to each other. But she didn't know who it was and she thought it was strange that she had came up next to her because she is who she is and stuff. So I think then she was on guard.
The random just kneeling by the queen isn't something too regular.
Yeah. But it was Alicent.
Pretender queen.
I thought it was funny that she said, she was like, and if I cry out, she said, well, I'm sure they're going to take me and slay me, but not before I slay you. And I was like, that part. And she was like, not before I kill you, though. So how about you don't do that and we just chat?
This shot, Rhaenyra said she on one then. And then, like we said, we found.
Well, and then Rhaenyra was trained, too.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, Alicent. Rhaenyra was trained to be king.
She had to be trained.
Right. So if it comes down to a fight between them two, Rhaenyra winning.
Definitely.
I also saw people and this goes back to season 1 when Viserys, the promised prince, and that's what swayed Alicent. But an old Valyrian prince is a gender neutral term. So it's just to lend more credence to the fact that he was talking about Rhaenyra and not Aegon.
I like that.
I liked that the way that they basically played it was that though that Rhaenyra could see that Alicent wasn't lying about what she believed happened, but then when Rhaenyra explained like it was a story that my dad used to tell me about Aegon the Conqueror. And instead of her being like, well, I don't want to hear it or whatever, you could tell that she was like, oh shit, I fucked up. She realized it and then was like, damn. And so I appreciated that. And it was just like, if they had only had that conversation prior, like we probably wouldn't have a show, you know? But
I would have found a way. I would have found a way to make it.
Definitely.
I don't would have found a way.
But I still like that she because some people would find out that they're wrong and just be like, nah, I don't believe it or whatever. Like you can say whatever you want to say. I know what I heard. But the fact that she accepted it and still was like, she basically kind of gave her the hint, like, I would love to change this because I see what you're saying, what you're getting at, and I acknowledge it, but there's nothing I can do at this point. Right. Kids are dead. Like they already out. Look at the dragons. Smell blood. Like it's time to fight now. I'm sorry.
My son
is no longer in hand, so I can't even try and get him to help me.
My son is having frat parties.
You can't call him back.
Having frat parties, embarrassing the other son who's not trying to get it back in blood because he can't take it on his brother. So now somebody got to get it.
Right.
Somebody.
He about to be unhinged the next time he fights somebody.
Yeah, well, we've seen in the previews for episode 4, Aemon heading to Harrenhal. We already we know who's at Harrenhal.
My brother made fun of me for an hour, made me walk out here naked, cold.
Wouldn't he give me my iPad?
Give me my iPad, made me walk out, and then had his friends sleep with my girl.
Which is crazy, knowing that this nigga is a better fighter than you, a better dragon rider than you, has a bigger dragon than you, and honestly has just as much of a claim to the throne, if we're gonna be honest, considering Rhaenyra was supposed to be the fucking heir anyway. So it don't really matter which brother would try to usurp her.
Yo, listen,
Pushing Aemond is always iffy, yo. That nigga different. He only got one
Clubfoot
eye.
out here. Clubfoot said he protected his investment. He like, hey,
You
look,
notice
you
that
would
nigga
not
ain't a
get on that.
Harrenhal.
You would not get on that dragon because if they would have brought that dragon, Balor.
Yeah, we can't
No
hear
one
you.
wants to. No one
You're
wants
going
to
like
see
in and out.
Aegon fly off to war, even if he's wearing the Conqueror's Valerian steel armor.
Yeah,
Like if
Balor
you
would
were
have killed him if he would have showed up there.
without
no,
question, she would
bro,
have offed
would
him so
have
fast.
The war would have been over.
You think
She
you
would have
there's
handled him
no
real quick.
anyone that thinks that fucking Aegon was gonna beat Bela in a dragon fight, yo. That wouldn't happen.
It would never. She beat him in a fist fight. She about that life.
It's about dragons though.
Clubfoot,
But
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Gunfire is technically bigger than her dragon though, if we're gonna be honest.
he don't know how to fight no dragon. Clubfoot knew it too. He said it. He like, listen, you want this inexperienced king to walk out there and die on the first week on the
Yo,
first week
Aegon falling off the back of his dragon would be crazy. That nigga just flies too high and ends up falling off. Sunfire's like, fuck this nigga. Now that the rules have changed, we get new riders, nigga, you gonna die.
Then war over. We don't have a show, so we do. Even though we don't like him, we got to shout out Clubfoot for protecting his asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice he wasn't at his ancestral home of Harrenhal.
What he tell him?
Aaron Hall said, "Fuck that nigga."
He gaslit him too. How he gaslit him? Tor? He said, "Listen, the people talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh-huh.
They saying
He
your
was
We're
in
like,
his
this is
bag.
what they talking about.
they say your mama trying to get you out."
He was being a real heel, bro. Pun intended.
Yep.
And he did it exactly what they were
Nasty
trying to do to
nigga.
Rhaenyra, by the way. They council trying to get Rhaenyra out here so they can run the war. So he was doing. He was.
I like that she reminded him that will be treason, honey. So good thing you didn't take it too far. And Rhaenys was like,
Right. Y'all think y'all slick,
see
but you're not.
right, but you're not. Don't forget who my grandsire was. Okay. I was like,
See, y'all gotta understand. I do like the little fact that when Damon left, they got a little more prideful and doing stuff when he not around. They're like, hey, we gonna try to get you out of here. Let's try her real quick. Damon now, Damon look around that shit up. All right, we ain't trying this. That crazy motherfucker, like just cut somebody's head off for no reason. Just 'cause hey, what you say my name
Hey,
was? You call me the prince?
all right.
You call
So
me
get it together.
grandsire. You call me the prince? What you say? Oh, it was a slip of the tongue. Make sure you don't do that again.
Right. Then he did it like 2 other times, but he gave him a look. He was like, sorry, Your Grace. I was like, okay.
You better call me
Don't
Grace.
get twisted.
Don't call me Prince.
He was like, Damon's like, I identify as Your Grace.
That's a fact.
Listen, hey, my man about to get it. And my man was so out of it. He did do it twice. My man was like, hey, listen. I'm just used to calling you Prince. My bad, dog.
He said, I'm tired. And then when he was like, so what are you going to do after all of this? He was like, we going to go to King's Landing and take the throne. He said, the throne? He said, yeah, it's a chair with a bunch of swords. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So get with the shits. Like, stop playing. I was like, oh. Because I'm trying to figure like, what did you think he was going to do? You thought that he was just going to take over and what? They want the throne.
You got to think. And
my man was eating them nasty peas,
very
dog.
important. He said, I have not been through this many fights to die by poison peas.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
respect.
You
can eat everybody food anyway.
Niggas forget Damon went and took a whole goddamn country when Viserys wouldn't let him be the heir to the Iron Throne. He was like, nigga, I'm gonna fly across the ocean and go attack the Easterners.
King of the Stepstones. Yo, he started a war because he was like, yeah, you can't get this.
He was like, oh, I'm not getting the throne. Nigga, I'm gonna go fight over East.
Let me fight a war by myself.
And then cut his hair and all. He was so mad.
Yeah, but think after that, then the nigga took his pregnant wife back east after he had already conquered it and gave it to him. Then he just pulled up as a regular nigga with his pregnant wife who was gonna incinerate herself later. Shout out to Vagar once again.
Definitely.
But Damon's different, you know.
You get embarrassed. Hey, him and his nephew, they get embarrassed. They go to war. They want blood at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say when them niggas don't get them are the niggas that are not afraid to go out there like, yo, we're gonna go jump on these giant fucking atomic warheads and go ahead and fly over and let niggas know what's going on. And they're just like, yeah. Everyone else is like, oh, we shouldn't just throw the dragons out here willy nilly. Eamon and Damon are like, nah, we sliding.
Well, the court did want
this
wanted to
nigga
throw
is-
dragons and they was at the. Yo, y'all gotta stop making the bald headed black dude in the council with the greens look so weak, man.
Yo,
Y'all
but
can't
you gotta
keep up with
think.
his ass.
Otherwise, listen, look, if it wasn't the bald black dude, there wouldn't be no black people at all in this.
Yo, they be making him look mad soft.
Except for the far.
He called him out too. He was like, "What was the Maester Council or whatever?" He said that shit was funny. He owed him right there in that moment. He said, "Yes, tell us."
I'm like, why y'all treating him like this, dog? I feel racist.
And because it probably was to a degree.
Like, what the nigga talking about? Get the fuck out of here. who let the nigga on the council?
Who let the nigga
That's
on
some
the
shit
council?
Kami would say. He'd be like, "Who let this nigga on the council?" See, that's why he laughing so hard. He know he would say that shit randomly. He'd be like, "Who let this nigga on the council?" We not listening.
This is a diversity hire, sir. You have to have one black. They have a black. We have to have a black.
They diversity.
Affirmative action. Crazy.
Otherwise we would have no black people, sir. We have to have one.
Yeah.
Even though there's no other black people in this kingdom at all. They have all the blacks on the other side. And
Yeah.
Not the blacks.
All the black people are on the other side. The black people are with the blacks, which is
we would look very
It's
racist
only right.
without this black
It's
man.
only right.
It's only
Did y'all
right
see we saw a black man in the whorehouse too?
We did.
Yep,
We saw him.
of
We
course.
saw him in this episode. I was like, okay. Which
I don't-
I feel like they were underutilizing him because why is he serving wine? You should have had him
I saw a black
handling
woman.
business.
No, because niggas
No,
don't
black
pay
man.
for pussy
I
like
saw a
that.
black woman too.
Niggas
Oh, I
don't
did
pay
see a
for
black
pussy
woman
like
there.
that.
No, I'm saying why wasn't he in there like
She was on top.
being a whore, working,
Oh no,
putting it down?
you're a pervert.
You need a new mic, and thank you. I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment from you.
I know you do.
You see, hey, listen, they can't have that. You saw what happened to the black man in Spartacus. Listen, they put him out there. They cut his dick off.
Oh, it's funny because
They did. I have completely forgot about that until just now.
listen,
That's so fucked up.
You can't do that yet. So
I
when Amy
blocked
see
that.
it, he gonna get mad and it's over. I can't go see it. Like, man, like, no. Get them to make him serve
Crazy.
drinks.
Yeah, because I don't feel like the silver-haired niggas are good. Well, I mean, we know some of them aren't packing for what Moonbeam's telling us. See out here, poor Eamon living his life.
No, and it's funny that it's crazy that you say that because for whatever reason, well, you know, my smut and stuff. And so I was like reading and I was like, why is it that all the white haired and silver haired characters have like big things? And I said, if it's like this in manhwa, I feel like that should translate over to manga, which translates over to anime. And so I'm going to be doing a video soon covering who the white haired characters that I think have it going on and who don't. Down in the pants. I do believe the black men with the white hair in House of the Dragon got stuff. I think they handle business.
They got the hammers on.
I do not believe that all white-haired characters, hence Aemon, I do not believe that they're all packed.
How long ago was the other one?
He could be a grower. So who am I? Who am I? But Damon is packing. I believe that wholeheartedly. I said Damon is packing wholeheartedly.
Look, it's crazy that you're cock shaming the one Targaryen that's not out here trying to knock down their fucking family.
It's okay.
You out here shaming the only one not practicing the incestuous ways.
Hey, maybe it's
Aegon was, you know, he was about to be king, so he had to. You know what I mean?
Aegon didn't even want to be king.
He did.
I mean, he
Whole
didn't
thing.
have to marry his sister because look at his dad. Like even the couple
Yeah,
wives,
Viserys didn't marry a Targaryen. He married
he married
a Arryn.
yeah, from the Vale,
You know what I mean? So
the
yeah,
Riverlands.
Anything else y'all want to talk about? You got anything else? I think we covered everything.
Alice, I just want to tell people how important Alice Rivers could be going forward.
I just want to tell niggas that, you know what I mean, Sir Kristen Cole is a man of the people. You know
And
what I mean?
also a simp.
He's a man of the people. He's the hand of the king.
Tender dick.
And a
You
simp.
know what I mean? And he has his hand in the queen. You know what I mean? So like, I mean,
Queen
he's literally,
Dowager.
he's
Queen
literally
Dowager.
Okay, but
the
let's
Queen
just be
Dowager.
real.
The
He
Queen
do like to get
Dowager.
slapped
Let's
too
not.
at the same time.
No,
He's
but
literally
listen
the
here.
hand. He's
Anything
literally the
Anything is
hand.
above a rotting cock. Like
He's
Viserys was
literally-
literally rotting. Anything is better than that. If I was her,
Nah.
I would take him down too.
Getting pregnant by
My
Ryder.
man, Sir Kristen had the
Crazy.
aura. She couldn't resist it.
The aura is
The
crazy.
aura was, you know
That
what I mean?
nigga,
She
he
was like,
literally
you know
has. Look, no, listen. I want you to just. We'll go back to season 1. This nigga tried to tell this girl to give up being queen and fly off with him because she gave him some pussy, and
Yep.
all he had to. I will never forget. This nigga screamed, "My white cloak is the only thing I have to my fucking name." I was like, this nigga. Negative aura forever. This is crazy.
Forever.
It's a cape, nigga.
Yo, your aura can improve.
And
over
how many
time.
of them niggas was fucking like in secret? They're not even actually living the chase
Hey,
life.
you know who wasn't
We
fucking
found out
though?
this episode.
Over time.
You know who
Sir
wasn't
Eric.
fucking?
He
No,
wasn't.
Sir Barristan Selmy. That nigga wasn't fucking. He was holding shit down till Joffrey got rid of him.
Yo, the whole King's Court out here going wild.
Yeah,
They're
these
like,
niggas
listen,
is
you
some
think
ice-
we really do that, dog? Come on now. Let's get drunk and have a party. He
Yeah.
ain't never had sex. Let's go get him a
Making
warrior.
those niggas his King's Guard is crazy, yo.
He don't want to live because they play too much.
And it's funny because even in the first episode, we didn't even talk about it much, but they were just joking the whole time.
Oh
They
yeah,
called him Sir. What they had nicknames for him and everything.
this is crazy. This is the man who's supposed to be sitting the Iron Throne.
What they call him, the Iron
who-
Cock or something like that. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, but think who let those niggas be put there? Your clients are Kristen Cole. He let them niggas be put in that position.
No, I don't think he did because he says something along the lines of like,
Oh,
he
they're
said
the
y'all
King's
just
Guard.
hiring, and yeah, he was like y'all just putting anybody in this position. So he didn't do that. That was Alicent, I
no.
think.
But
I
think
ain't gonna
why
hire them boys. Let's be real. They my friends.
these niggas were sitting on the stairs chilling like they were. This nigga turned into the stoop kid real quick. They were just chilling.
They were drinking
You're
on
supposed
him.
to be guarding the queen. Why are you just sitting here on the
King getting
stairs?
drunk with him. The king getting drunk with him. That's
Right. So he was okay with it. He knew what he signed up for. He didn't know that he was going to lose the kids, but you know,
Technically, it's still
He-
Christian
he
Cole.
did that on
He was in the
himself.
hallway looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say Christian Cole was. He also
he was still the problem.
But you gotta think he was also.
No, we're not going to blame this on Sir Kristen.
Wait, listen.
They're supposed to be outside the hall, looking down the hall.
Hollywood. No, wait, listen. Not even that Hollywood. Okay, look. If Sir Kristen Cole was the sworn protector of the queen. Okay, then Aegon becomes king, and she becomes queen dowager. He becomes the Lord Commander of the King's Guard. But how does he then continue to be the Queen's sworn guard without assigning a new sworn guard to the new queen, who then later her children were attacked because there was nobody. He was off getting some tang, and he had not assigned her a sworn guard, which is crazy.
It reminds me, what is it? Wasn't there a movie? I feel like it was a movie. I don't remember what it was. But there's like a scene where like it's him and his homie, and oh, that's what it was. It was Save the Last Dance, where he's like supposed to go out with his homie or whatever, and then he ends up getting shot at and locked up or whatever, and he was at home making love to his to old girl. Like there's no bro code there.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. It was like legitimately in his job description to give the new queen a new guard. And he was just like, I'm fucking the old queen right now, so I mean, you guys will be all right, right? I mean,
Priorities, man.
Listen, and we gotta talk about how he sent Sir Eric out there and then be like, it's his fault for being incompetent. I'm like, what?
yeah, this nigga couldn't
Everybody,
this nigga couldn't
everyone said he's
assassinate
gonna
the
die.
queen.
He said he's gonna die. He like, you sending me on a suicide mission. Yo,
He knew
I
it.
know your grandpa like he gonna die. You know that, right?
He was like, this nigga
Everybody
dead.
told you.
And then
You realize-
everybody at the table, the next in this episode was like, he went prematurely, death prematurely. Yeah,
I was gonna say,
You sent this
that
man
was
to die.
stupid.
How to defend your client?
yeah, let us know. Defend these goddamn charges. This is crazy. Just negligence all the way around.
There's negligence. Listen, man. Sir Kristen, at the time this happened, he was attending to more pressing matters. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
More pressing matters than the
He was
heir
attending to
job.
more. He was attending to higher matters. You know what I mean? The Queen Dowager, she needed. You know what I mean? So he had to do what he had to do.
The Queen Dowager does not trump the Queen.
Listen, he had to do
They throw
what he
that
had to do.
on the back for a reason.
That man, she needed a service provided. That's what he did. We are not
Crazy.
going to
But
vilify
you gotta
him
think
for doing his job.
main service.
I mean-
Would you not say that his main service is to the king?
Listen,
And wouldn't you think by extension that would extend to the king's wife and his children?
technically,
The
he gave
queen
him
and
If this was court, your client would lose. You're a terrible lawyer.
it's because Kristen Cole.
He's not even defending it. He's just like, hey.
Like, damn,
my man, he had something better to do.
My inner scumbag feels for Kristen Cole though. Get it
He had
in,
something
brother.
better to
Fuck
do.
that job.
They thrusted that man into this position. Okay.
Literally.
It's all
They
in
just
his
said-
fault.
I mean, Otto Hightower was perfect as the hand. This Aegon, the one that said, "Hey yo, you got to go ahead," and then out of nowhere, yeah, go ahead, get that joint.
That's because Kristen was literally there. I feel like he got chose by default.
You know
He
what I
was
mean?
just the only other person there and was like, you can be the hand.
I'm the hand.
Right, he's like,
I
who's
mean-
looking for the hand? He looked around. You the only motherfucker here.
You.
Right here, you.
I
Like,
bestowed
excuse
upon
me, sir?
you. This is Aegon.
And then his dumbass didn't think of the fact that he just made him the hand like a couple of days after he was not around to save his son, which is why all this bullshit is happening in the first place.
So
Listen,
this is all
Aegon don't
Aegon's
make the
fault.
best
Because
decisions.
Aegon is
Aegon dumb as
incompetent.
hell.
This is
Wait,
Aegon's
no.
fault. He's a
Aegon
bad
got
king.
his frat bro is out here drinking with him all day.
But you
Aegon
gotta
is a
think,
bad king. This is not
he
Sir
was the
Crispin's
Lord
fault. It's
Commander
your
of
king's
the
fault.
King's Guard, though. Before
Nah,
he was the
nah.
King's hand, he was
Nah,
the
y'all
Lord
not
Commander
going.
of
Y'all not
the
going to
King's
absolve
Guard.
the king of his
No,
his
listen.
His negligence.
You're not going to
How old
do
is
that.
Aegon, by the way?
In the,
You know what I mean?
The king.
When you the boss, when you the king, you gotta get the highest blame. I ain't trying to hear it. He get the most praise. He gotta get the most blame.
But I'm saying this. I'm saying this.
I literally just looked at it. You didn't see my face. I was like, the real reason you didn't get an invite is because I was literally gonna skip it because I was tired, and then I was like,
We know she was like,
do your job.
Like, she didn't tell y'all that. She said, well, she told me and Tori. Chris wasn't in there, but
yeah, I was like, either I'm gonna skip it or this gonna be quick. And I meant that for casual conversations too.
Oh, we can skip casual conversations. That's all.
Tori,
No, we gonna have to because we got to do wife reviews tomorrow because I couldn't do it tonight because I'm here with y'all.
Oh well.
And Sunday I got called into work. I got called in at the last minute, so I was at the office
patriarchy
till
ruining
8.
her life, Tori.
It's not
Well,
patriarchy. Actually, that's a matriarchy and a family-owned business, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still the medical field. So
Nasty
I
work,
had to do
yo.
some shit.
Look at you,
Yo,
matriarchy. Your matriarchy made him cry.
The nepotism
I'm
behind
so sorry. So y'all, you two at the bottom know who that is. That's Vape. And so Vape, I promise I'm sending you the link next week. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Y'all heard it here first, folks.
Y'all heard it here first.
Yep,
Are you saying that's the first time you heard an apology? Were you trying to be funny?
No, I just
Yeah,
talking
I
about
mean,
Okay.
women-
I need to
women
know. I'm sorry. I'm scarred by Tory because that's some shit he would say,
Yo,
and he
did
would
you
mean
call
it that
me
way.
Corey? That's crazy.
I just said Tory.
Oh, I thought you said Corey. I was like, that's
No, I said Tory. I know your name.
Tori said my name right. Say your grace.
Hell no.
I mean, I am the patron saint of degenerates. So I don't know what the honorifics would be, but I'm
Oh,
sure
you
they'd
know
be
what?
fancy, and you definitely have to hit me with them.
No, I'd give you that because I'm a part of the Holy Church myself. So
Yeah,
I'd
one
give
of
you
these.
that.
See,
Hollywood, stay
but
out of that church. Hollywood, be a good God
no,
fearing man.
look, the
No,
purpose goes. The
Hollywood's way
purpose
too.
goes where the president
He's too
wants to
chill.
go.
The president couldn't go to that.
Damn.
No, you don't. You
Oh,
don't want them. You don't want that. No way. I promise you, you don't. And
What
even
kind
if you did go, then Lala would bring you back. So,
yeah, she's
because
gonna
it
let
gets
you go
real
down.
out
the
of pocket.
president though? I should be able to go wherever.
Yeah,
You're coming
look.
to the church of the degenerates.
Hey,
I
Hollywood,
mean,
we invited Cam one time. Cam ain't asked to come back.
Listen,
To
I'm the
casual.
president.
It's,
As the
Cam be like,
president,
y'all don't
I
invite
gotta
me. He
touch.
even
yo,
said it no
is
more.
casual conversations my temple?
Listen, as the president,
yes.
I gotta be well versed in a lot of things, so it's cool.
Well, then come on to casual conversations, but you gotta participate.
Yo,
You can't
Cam was
just be
just
chilling.
Cam
That's
asked like,
his job. You gotta get in and show out.
hey,
Like just
Tori,
be
how
saying
No.
Cam
anything.
do? Tori Cam was like hipping his glasses up like,
he was, he
I
was
He
said,
like,
was
listen,
go back
this
and
is
look
a
at the
little
episode.
bit
Oh my.
crazy.
he kept shaking his head at us. He was like, "Wow." He was like, "This is okay."
He don't
But
even
that's
say
the whole point of the show, for us to just say whatever.
That's why it does numbers, because it's
Tori
Yep.
Cam
unpredictable.
be like, y'all don't
It's
invite me to the show, so we invite him. He ain't even said that no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has not asked for a re-invite.
Well, you know,
Oh shit.
That
but I
was
think
even
we got everything today.
that was
if
a
y'all
crazy
want the
episode.
prez to slide through, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, come on through the casual conversations. But guess what? There's gonna be a lot of crazy talk. I don't know if you've been watching the shows, but
You know, I'm
sometimes smut comes up. Sometimes
You watch the YouTube.
figuring
That's
out.
safe. The YouTube is
I'm
safe.
not gonna lie to you,
Yo,
Hollywood.
watch this.
It
Watch it on YouTube.
it
Casual
can get real.
conversations.
I done been on
It
Blur
gets real.
Cartel After
It
Dark.
gets Venom
I'm
I done been
I'm
on
just
symbiotic
saying.
peen. It
I done
gets
been on
real
Yeah.
interesting.
listen, I done been on After Dark, I done been on Bay Chan,
But I'm saying it can get real
I done
gay
done
real
this
quick at
already. I
certain
mean this
points in
ain't, you know
time.
what I mean?
No, Tori.
Did you just say it can get real gay real quick?
It can get real gay sometimes. Then it
Listen,
hurts.
It does.
I'm very heterosexual, so I don't got no problem with the gay.
Right. Lala's the
That's why
degenerate.
he's
You
the
could
president.
totally come though.
I mean,
Cause
Oh,
she would show out. I feel like
that's why
Chris
he's
is
the
just too
president.
chill.
He's I got high and forgot the word. Very
You got like you
versatile.
gotta
He's
bring no,
versatile.
he needs to bring like
Whatever that
rom
is.
com. That like he knows what I'm talking about. Rom com energy. Like that's the energy that you have to have. That's the level of degeneracy and then above.
Okay, we gotta
Romantic
get out of here.
comedy
They done heard us
energy.
talk about other shows for 15 minutes. And,
I tried to push towards it. I was like, I think we done said everything.
and
Yeah,
then
so that's
Tori started
cool.
talking. I'm like, Tori.
So alrighty, everybody. It was fun. You can find me at ebony_moonbeam on all social media platforms. I'm a cosplayer. Y'all will be getting some new cosplays soon to go with my new hair. And you can find me tomorrow, actually, because that we're doing the Wife of Views episode talking about the ending of Demon Slayer. But typically we are on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can find that at Wife Reviews on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the works. And I think we're still having a round table this week. So you can find me on Wednesdays at the Blur Cartels round table. And I think that's it.
No casual conversation. Be back next week, and we're gonna see if we can run this man off, or if he's gonna stay with it. And he's not paying attention. I like when they don't pay attention. So then you just
You
look at
catch
them and
them
they're
doing
like,
other things.
yeah,
No,
You
the
know he
summer
talking about you.
the
just
summer
Hollywood.
jam.
you know what I mean? Hollywood Sensei the Blur Cartel, aka the president. You know what I mean? You catch me tomorrow. Welcome to Hollywood. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk about this whole OVO Goons versus Rick Ross.
they
Yo,
beat up a CO. You know how trouble them is?
The OVO Goons versus Rick Ross.
We gotta
We're
get
gonna
Jedi
talk
Mike in
about
this
that
one day.
tomorrow. You know what I mean? On Welcome to Hollywood. Then we got what it sound like this Thursday. We doing the best Tiny Desk concerts. So check that out. You know what I mean? And then follow me
it's
Hollywood
juvenile gonna
_Sensei
be in there.
215 all social media platforms.
Yeah, we gotta get my guy Jedi Mike in here one day, and my guy.
I don't know. What link is he asking about? Was he asking about mine?
No, he talking about to this thing, but my guy, we getting out, but we gotta get Jedi Mike in. He did some amazing interviews, by the way. So shout out to Jedi Mike. Go check out his YouTube channel. We do gotta get him in here. I don't know if y'all know him, but Tori does. So shout out. And speaking of Tori,
You can find me at AfroComedy765 on all platforms. Of course, also on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable on Wednesdays, as well as here on Keep It 99 for casual conversations back next week. Little hiatus. Of course, you can also catch me on Friday Night You're on Fridays, where me and Cam talk about wrestling, amongst other things. You know the vibes. Something flagrant, something inflammatory.
yeah, we will be back Friday for the Power review. So be there for that. We will know casual conversations, as Tori said. So we got many other things coming. I will actually be in Mississippi for that episode. And then we'll be back on, and I'll be in Mississippi for Make It Make Sense, which will be out Saturday. And then, of course, Monday, I will be back in Texas, back here doing another episode
Searching
of
for
House
a
of the
snow
Dragon.
bunny. Snow bunny with a cowboy hat and Zelma's future. I can see it.
It's not gonna happen.
Salsa
It's
bunny.
happening. Oh, I'm
Nope,
here for it.
because I'm gonna be there. No,
The Tex
it's not
Mex
gonna
is
happen. I'm gonna
slapping.
make sure it doesn't happen.
No, the Tex Mex is slapping, and you get you some Zelma. Make sure you get it with extra sour cream.
That's disgusting.
Sour cream is nasty word. All right,
Right.
We're talking about Tex Mex. What are you guys talking about?
Tex-Mex. You need sour cream for Tex-Mex.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
I know y'all got this question.